Well, a very good evening to you and welcome to our program today on this Thursday evening ahead of Friday. We've come to the end of another week and it is a Fairview turf meeting on Friday, the 22nd of July. We've got some big fields in an 8-race program and coming to you on a Thursday evening. At this stage, there are no scratchings, but I can also tell you that there has been a bit of rain in Gqeberha. Nino Podesta joins us from Cape Town. Nino, they're saying 21 millimeters of rain in the last 7 days. So that's just under an inch. But they're saying already that the penetrometer reading is 30 and the track condition is soft. That was at 3:30 this afternoon. So I've checked now and there's no rain forecast for tomorrow. So I think we should be okay to race on the turf tomorrow. Nino, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Nico. Yeah, thanks. Hopefully the rain stays away and we carry on the turf tomorrow.
I see you've been studying the card really hard, but before we go into that, just a little bit about what is happening next weekend. We're coming to the end of the current racing season, and Clocking the Gallop is busy with their Clocking the Gallop Extra service next weekend. It is the final one in its current format. And we're asking that if you want to get involved, that this actually opens up with effect from tonight. So if you do want to get involved, here is news on that. This is our Going for Gold promotion, which starts on Friday next week, which is the 29th, which is another Fairview meeting, and runs through until Monday, the 1st of August, which is the first day of the new new racing season, rather. And that is another Fairview meeting. So there are 2 Fairview meetings. There's the big Gold Cup meeting on the Saturday, and then there is racing in Cape Town on the Sunday. So there's 4 meetings, and for just 250 Rand, you can enjoy the very best selections from our top team. Now, what I mean by that is that all 4 members of the team, myself, Neil Andrews, Nino Podesta, and the Ghost Rider, will be selecting the horses for all 4 meetings. We get together, we talk about what's going on, and we then make our final selections. So it is imperative that everyone gets on board early, because we've got limited spaces available. And Nina, as you well know, a lot of discussion goes into it before we eventually decide on which horses we're going to tip to the public.
Yeah, Nico, I do know that, and I believe that's the way to go.
Yeah, and there's 2 Gqeberha meetings, but there's the big Gold Cup meeting. Have you had a chance to do any studying on that Gold Cup meeting yet, or not yet?
I did look at the Gold Cup and I looked at a few other races, but I'm waiting for there were still like 29 horses nominated. So
yeah,
waiting for the final field. But if you're asking me at this time, I think I'm in the camp of Aragosta.
Yeah.
Just at the moment. I need to see the weights, but I think Aragosta, I think Blackthorn is improving, progressive. And obviously Nabros at the moment, I think they should be at the top of the betting boards, and if that is so, I believe then they got the betting right. But I'm in the camp of Aragosta at this time.
Well, I can tell you that I had a chat to Mike de Kock 2 days ago, and he assured me that the horse was working really well. As you know, it was my first choice ahead of Sparkling Water for the Hollywood Bets Durban July. My second choice was the eventual winner, Sparkling Water, but I have to stick with Aragosta after picking it for the July. If I'm going to pick it for the July, I've got to pick it for the Gold Cup. I can't sway too much, but I know that it is working really well at home. I know that Mike is confident, and the reason why I also spoke to Mike is because our Ben Mag horse, Ready to Fly, runs on Monday, this coming Monday, the 25th. And he reckons it'll go close again. So that's good news for all our syndicate followers. But let's just quickly finalize the Clocking the Gallop Extra service for next week. What you have to do is it's a 250 Rand outlay. Those are the meetings you can see on the left-hand side there. Fairview Friday, Gold Cup Saturday, Kenilworth Sunday, Fairview Monday. You'll get our full sheet, all our selections, our joint effort, if you want to call it that, all of us chipping in and giving you our final assessment. Please use the banking details on the right-hand side of your screen. It is a First National Bank current account number in the name of Clocking the Gallop. The number is 629055283221. Unfortunately, it's one price gets all. So if you don't join on the Friday, you can still join on the Saturday, but you'll miss out on the Friday action. So to get most bang for your buck, you'll spend 250 Rand prior to Friday and get all 4 selection sheets on those days. And you can tell us whether you want it sent via email or via WhatsApp. And we'll gladly do that for you. Don't forget, once you've done your deposit of 250 Rand, to please email it to us on clockingthegallop@gmail.com, or if you prefer, WhatsApping it to us on our number 079 390 5747. And Nina and the Ghost Rider, myself and Neil, will be studying between now and the start next Friday. So we've got a week to work it all out. But Nina, we are certain to say that we don't want to end the season off on a bad note. We've had a lot of loyal clients. We've had a lot of people that have followed us now for 2 years plus, and we don't want to let them down. So we're going extra hard to make money for our clients, not on 1, not on 2, not on 3, but on all 4 days.
Yeah, Nico, I agree with you. We have to put in the extra work, and we have to show them what we are really capable of. And I'm sure we'll come up to.
Okay, so some fighting talk there from the team. Let's hope that you come on board. We will, of course, be doing a separate video on that. If you missed all those details, then look out for that separate video. Let's go to the meeting. As we said, it is soft going at the moment. It is on the turf track, but let's go to the first of our 8 races. Nina, race number 1 on the program is a maiden juvenile plate. It's over 1,600 meters. It runs at 5 to 12. And whilst I find your selections, just tell us what you are going for.
Okay, I'm going for the Cape Raider to open up the meeting. Number 7,
Matsuyama, yeah.
Matsuyama, however you pronounce it. The Candice Bass Raider from the Cape. I think she's bringing in some good form. The run behind At My Command is strong. And last time, behind the rule of thumb, was a good run. I think she's looking out for the 1,600. She's definitely the horse to beat on form. The other horse with form is obviously number 6, Indie View, who ran against winners last time behind Sandbank. And then the only first timer that you have to look out for will be number 2, Badge of Honor. Keep a close eye on that. Keep an eye on the betting. But you know, Nico, I think it's going to take a very good horse to win first time out over 1,600 meters. So, you know, we can go to the comments. I don't usually read comments. I know a lot of people quote comments that says they're working well, can be in the money, or can, let's see.
Can be right there. Can be right there.
Can be right there. Not will be right there. Can be right there. Could also mean cannot be right there. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I see there's some big money for it. I mean, well, not big money, but there's steady money for it. It opened 3 to 1, is now 16 to 10, and the favorite Matsuyama is in the region of 8 or 9 to 10. So it's looking like that has been back to beat Matsuyama. But as you quite rightly say, Matsuyama's had 3 runs, and 2 of those 3 have been around the turn. So you'd think that the advantage lies with the 7.
Yeah, definitely. Racing fit. It's got all the. I mean, you know, Candice Bass Robinson is bringing 4 horses to the centre tomorrow. 3 of them are maiden, so she's obviously looking to break the maidens with him. I'm certain of that. So that it's going to be a big runner, and to me, the horse to beat.
Okay, so 7 from 6. Behind that, the first timer, which has been back, Badge of Honor, and then Admiral's Chance, and even Douglas Devastate, who runs for owner, ex-trainer David Ferraris there. Okay, let's move on to the second race, which starts off the place accumulator. It's a maiden plate fillies and mares over 1,200 meters. By the way, I didn't pick up any changes in the first race. In this race, no earmuffs for number 3, back to form and terror. Alamites go on number 10, Racinanti or Racinanti in this race. And Alamites go on the 10th. So that is a gin strike, Racinanti. Do you know what Racinanti is, by the way?
Racinanti, no.
Yeah, I didn't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I spoke to the breeders about the name not so long ago.
Racinanti. No, I actually don't know what it means, Nico.
I asked the breeders. It's the name of Don Quixote's horse.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. Don Quixote's horse. It says Rocinante, actually. It should be Rocinante, but it's Racinante. I think they got the A and the O mixed up. But Rocinante is the name of Don Quixote de la Mancha's skinny and clumsy horse in the universally acclaimed novel Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, published in 1605 with a second part in 1615. So if you wanted to know what that is, that's the story. Anyway, we divert for our attention, but you're going once again for the same yard. You're going for Domea and Bass Robinson with his horse Echo of Life to win.
Yeah, and I think another horse that's going to be very hard to beat. I only like 2 horses in this race, Nico. I like Echo of Life, my absolute first choice, and I think the only horse that could give it a go is number 1, Rhythm of the Rain. Those are the 2 for me, but I'm very strong on Echo of Life. I think the runs behind Tipsy Telegon was very good, and also the run behind Future Girl. I think she, I think she's going to be very, very competitive and very hard to beat. And the only other one, like I said, is Rhythm of the Rain. Looking for a bit of improvement from the well-bred Gary Player bred horse, Yamaya, by Ideal World, by Jetmaster. Not a bad run first time out over the 1,000. She's going to absolutely love the extra 200 meters, and she could show a lot of improvement. And also a bit of improvement I'm looking for is for the other Ideal World, number 5, Girl Scout.
Okay, but 9 to beat 1 there in a firm selection by Nino in the second. The third is back up the straight, Maiden, 1,200 meters. Alamites go on number 2, Global Markets, another one that is a firm gin strike here. Cheek Pieces on number 7, Deep Dive. And those are the changes that in the third race take place. Now let's have a look at your numbers once again. Another Candice Bass Robinson and another short price, Charlie Croker, number 9. This horse has been a bit costly to follow in the last couple of outings, but it's getting closer to winning.
Yes, it is. And she's brought it down in a weaker center. But this one, Nico, I think he's got to have a bit of opposition. I like a horse in this race that I think can give it a go, and that's number 1, Uncle George. This well-related horse by Karari out of Bejeweled Springs ran a fair race, penultimate run behind John Batista. And the last run behind Former Gear, that is very strong form line. There's been a couple of winners out of that run. Do you remember a week ago a horse called Jetafura came out to win?
Jetatura, yeah. Yes. That was for Lola Crawford's stable.
Yeah, that ran 7 lengths beyond Former Gear and came out to win. This horse was drawn 12 out of 14 last time on the gravel turf. So you put a line through it, and I think this can be a runner tomorrow. I like 9. Well, again, not 9 to beat 1.
Yeah, same numbers as the previous one. Yeah.
And by the way, I've got a friend upstairs whose name is Charlie, and I've got an Uncle George in Italy. So how's that for coincidence?
Okay, yeah. So take the boxed exactas, Charlie Croker and Uncle George. Okay, Uncle George is funny enough 7 to 1. Charlie Croker is at 6 to 10. So it looks like Candice Bass Robinson. The moment she touches down there, they price up in the red with her 3 runners thus far. I think she's only got 1 more, which we'll talk about a bit later. Okay, let's move on to race 4. This is slightly more competitive, I would think. It is a Phillies and Mares 68 handicap over 1,200 meters. Changes in the 4th race. Compression mask on 7 Big Sky Country. No blinkers for number 13, Isn't It Bliss, who also has a compression mask. And those are the changes there in the 4th race. Here you're tipping Hilarity, who ran a very good first run for her new trainer last time out. Kelly
Yes, Nika, yeah, but like you say, I think race 4 and race 6 are very, very competitive races. I think this is one of the 2 most difficult races on the card. Look, there's many horses here that got chances. Hilarity ran 2 good races. She's a kilo better off with Conquer the World. Now, Conquer the World was very unlucky last time. I think did you not call that race in PE?
No, I didn't. But you remember you liked it. You liked it again against Narcos. You liked it last time. You tipped it as the best value bet last week. And
yeah, I did.
It was, again, a decent price. It only got beat a neck.
Yeah, but Nico, she came from way off the pace. I think the jockey just gave her too much to do, but she was absolutely flying at the death. But anyway, I think Hilarity and Conquer the World. Hilarity when she was beaten by
Conquer the
half
World.
a length. Yeah, I think she's a kilo better off on that run. So they got to get closer. But gee, this is an open race. I think that horse from Durban, the ex Paul Lafferty horse, number 7, I think it is.
Yeah, Big Sky Country.
I think that's got a chance. Then obviously horses like Crown Plaza, Keeping the Peace. I don't know. I always imagined that was a long distance horse, wasn't that?
Yeah, it was. It was. She was a long distance horse. She won for us. If you look back to the run in December last year, 5 days before Christmas, we gave all our Clock in the Gallop followers a nice birthday present, a nice Christmas present rather, that week, because it was 16-20 to 1. We tipped it as our price booster. It got up to beat Astral Plain. That was over 2,000 at Turffontein. But its last run was very good against Fedra.
Yeah, only a length behind. So obviously she's got to have some kind of chance. Well drawn at 16. And then don't leave out Miss Venezuela again. Forget the poly run. She's coming back over the course and distance, which she won at long odds. Maybe she can do that again. But very wide open, very competitive races. And if Hilarity and Conquer the World don't perform, this is open to a big upset.
Okay, let's move on to the 5th at 2:05. It's a Pinnacle Stakes, Phillies and Mares over 1,100 meters in race 5. Blinkers go on number 3, Sound Check. Compression mask on number 4, Crimson Causeway. And that's the change over there. Well, your selection here is Glacier Gold again. Greg Sheen has got along really well with Alan Krief's daughter, What a Winter. Let's just give you the jock and horse stats. 14 times Greg Sheen has ridden Glacier Gold for 6 wins and 7 places. That's unbelievable. Only out the money once in 14 efforts. So Glacier Gold is your firm first choice here.
Yeah, Nico, I think I've narrowed it down to 4, but that is my first choice. She's 1.5 kilos better off with Franco on the last run. There's a couple of horses here, by the way, that are better off at the weight. There's a horse, have a look at Green Light Girl. I think he's like 5 kilos better off with Franco. If you do the mathematics there. She's getting the allowance now, right? So she's coming down to 55.5. So that comes down 3.5. Franco goes up 2.5. What is it? 6 kilos better off?
6.5, I think, as much as that.
6.5.
Yeah.
For a 4-length beating. And also number 7, Purple Merchant, I think is also a couple of kilos better off with Franco for 2.5 length beating. So that's going to bring them all closer together. But the lurker in the pack for me is number 4, Crimson Causeway. So I've narrowed this race down to 1, 2, 4, and 7. Franca, Glacier Gold, Crimson Causeway, and Purple Merchant.
Yeah, I think that is more open than the betting might suggest. The betting's got them Glacier Gold 18-10, Franca 22-10, and then they've got them 7-1 and 6-1 bar those. I think that doesn't really show you how open this race is. I agree with you. Crimson Causeway ran here in Joburg for a couple of starts, and I was quite impressed by her sprinting ability. As I spoke to Gavin Benzel the one time about her, I thought she was certainly well above average in the sprinting rank. So that's interesting that you picked it up too. So 2, 4, 7, and 1, race number 5 for Nino. Race 6 is off at 20-3. It's a Phillies and Mares 66 handicap over the mile trip. Let's just have a look at any changes in race number 6. In race 6, Compression Mask on number 6, Do-Si Do. Number 10, Miss Jacqueline, races with a Cornell collar. Well, here you've tipped Do-Si Do again. I know that we are terribly fond of Do-Si Do, but you've gone for number 8 to beat it, Orion of Address, so much so that this is, I think, is your value bet for the day at 12-1 for Com Knight, who had such a good day at Scottsville yesterday.
And I hope he can bring it down to PE. Nika, on a very competitive races, like I said, race 4 and 6, I find very, very difficult. But I think this horse can be a runner. First of all, ignore the last run on the poly, right? Over 1300 poly, he doesn't act on the poly, and it was a bit too short. He was finishing strongly, only 2 lengths behind Dancing Girl. The previous run and the run before were in a feature race company, so he was outcrossed. And in the one, it wasn't a bad run when he ran 3rd, 5 lengths behind Winter Scout. In his favor is that he has won, he broke his maiden over the course and distance. I know he didn't beat much, but still, he won over the 1600 on the turf. And at 14-1, drawn 5, Impumi Majoka, I'm hoping for an improved run tomorrow, Nika, but this is very, very open races, and there's many with chances. I would like you to comment on number 1. Do you know anything about this horse? This Dawson horse?
Yeah, Ubiquitous. I think it'll need a run or 2 to get used to the surroundings there, but I can't have a 3-year-old filly, even though it is a 66 level, carrying 61 and giving weight to others. It's a terrible impost to carry, but I think that she'd need a couple of settling in runs. I don't know what Gavin Smith thinks about her, but I would think she's got her work cut out with that weight.
Yeah, absolutely what I think. You're on the same page as me. And I just wanted to, Night Lily, the horse that it beat, has that come out to win again? Has it won a race yet?
Yeah, Night Lily did win.
Did win.
She's another limited filly. It's got her issues. She I don't think takes... put it this way, it's not the strongest of form.
No, it's not. And she's carrying 61 kilos, and I see she ran 3rd, but 10 lengths behind Sharon Gomer. Didn't Sharon Gomer run today?
Yes, it's not the horse I liked, but it did run. Well, some people say it didn't run, but it did run.
Oh, it did run, because I know someone had a big strike on it, so I just wondered where she ran.
Yeah, no, it didn't run well. Just quickly, let's answer your question about Night Lily. So not the next run, it won the race after that. So it won its 2nd run after Ubiquitous beat it. Yeah. Look, the form isn't bad, but I mean, it's moderate fillies behind it. Horses like Tulitar, Kate Bouquet, Vickle, Spickle.
Well, I'm going, Nico, I'm going for Orion of Address. Well-bred, Ideal World to beat the other Ideal World, Do-Si Do. 3rd, I've given to number 2. Claudius, I think back on the turf, she should improve. I don't think she liked the poly last time. And then, obviously, every time I see this horse, I have to tip it for you, because I have to, and I put it in the bipod. You know what horse I'm talking about.
Yeah, Sarajevo. We always have to put it in. I see it's back on the turf now. Its runs on the turf have been moderate, but it's got some ability.
Yeah, but where are the Elamites and the blinkers?
Well, they don't use those.
I've got to feel sorry for Jürgen. Is this the only horse he's got in the stable?
No, I think he's got a couple of others, but obviously he does other things as well. But he's a very astute man. Don't let the fact that he's only got one or two fiddling around the race courses fool you. He's a very astute man. Just quickly on Do-Si-Do, I think this is the type of race that Do-Si-Do can win, actually. I think
yes, and so do I. I think it's a big runner, but
I think that's a runner. Do-Si-Do.
That's a runner.
Yeah.
I think it's a runner tomorrow, Nico.
Yeah.
I've just went for a bit of value. And
okay, we've got to move along because we've only got 7 minutes of show left. So race 7 is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,900 meters. I just want to quickly let the folks know what the changes are here in race 7. Cornell Collar, number 2, Christopher Robin, no blinkers, but a tongue tie on 5, Never Ending Rain, and a compression mask on number 7, Legitimate. You're going for Never Ending Rain. I'm not surprised because this horse was running in some of the biggest 3-year-old races in the country. Surely it's the right horse, but that said, it has to overhaul the very, very talented Divine Odyssey.
Nico, absolutely correct. I make it a 2-horse race. But in saying that, Divine Odyssey is unbeaten at the center. That is right. He's won both his races, 2 on the poly and 2 on the turf. He hasn't been beaten on the center. But let's be honest, the quality of the horses that he is beaten, in my opinion, are not top horses. I mean, he's beaten horses like Aranjuez, Miss Orange, and those are horses that are not going anywhere in PE. And he hasn't run for 4 months. Now he's coming up against a horse that's contested feature races in the Cape, run against horses like Pomp and Power, Double Superlative, Waterbury Lane. I make this a runner, just something that tells me that Divine Odyssey is going to have to be at his best tomorrow to beat this field. Grazing in the grass, I've got a question mark over the distance. She's best up to 1,600 meters, and if you have a look at the run when she went beyond that, she was soundly beaten by a horse called Chiron, giving 4 kilos, and now she's got to give it 6 kilos. So that could cause an upset, I'm saying, for quartets and trifectas. The same applies to Mamada C. I just feel she's best on the poly and up to 16, maybe 18, not further than that. So I'll make this a 2-horse race between Divine Odyssey and Never Ending Rain, but Never Ending Rain is my clear first choice. And horses that could upset for trifectas and quartets could be Chiron at big odds.
Okay, there's one other I wanted to add in there, and that is number 9, Waiting for Summer. This horse is lurking in the wings. It's only having its second. It's only having its second run in the province, and they've put the blinkers back on. Something going on there. Don't leave the 9 Waiting for Summer out of your calculations in that 7th race. That's at 20-1. Okay, let's quickly go to the last race. We've got 4 minutes left, and I just want to quickly sum up your numbers here. You're going 3 on the road again. This is your best bet of the day.
Yes, it is. And you know what, Nico, I wish it was 12. I would have labeled it with extreme confidence, but I still think that it's going to be good enough to win over the 1,000. Nico, I think we, if you don't go for on the road again, it becomes wide open. It becomes a nightmare. So it's either on the road again or half the field can win. Just quickly, I think Blind Love could make the exactas and the trifectas pay. I think back over the 1,000, getting the allowance 51.5 could be there or thereabouts. But on the road again, for me, I'm banking that in my bets that I'm taking. So okay. I'm very strong on the road again. I just wish it was 1,200, but I believe he'll come through for us. I believe he's going to be too good for this year.
Okay, so for ease and for rapid end to it, I'll just confirm that is your best bet of the day. You'll see it in the region of 12-10, that last race, number 3. And you heard Nino speaking about Orion of Adrast earlier in race 6, number 8. 12 to 1 as the best value bet. I want to run through the bipod. I'm not going to dwell on this, but I'm going to run through the bipod. It's going to cost you 240 Rand. Remember, it starts off in the opening race of the day. So bets are on by 5 to 12 on Friday morning. It's Banker Matsuyama by Banker Echo of Life, then Uncle George and Charlie Croker. And then the next leg is where Nina was going very wide. All of 2 Crown Plaza, 4 Keeping the Peace, 5 Hilarity, 7 Big Sky Country, 8 Miss Venezuela, and 17 Conquer the World. Then it was 4 numbers, 1 Franca, 2 Glacier Gold, 4 Crimson Causeway, and 7 Purple Merchant. And the last leg, 5 numbers, all of 2 Chloris, 6 Do-Si-Do, which we both like, 8 Orion of Address, which is the value bet, 12 Emerald Isla, and 14 Sarajevo for 240 Rand for a full unit. So with only 2 minutes of show left, just want to take this opportunity of thanking Nino for coming on today. Looking forward to tomorrow's racing. We'll give you an update in the morning on our weather conditions, but it does look like racing is going to go ahead, albeit on a soft track. Thank you so much, Nino, and looking forward to the next week and the Gold Cup week, and of course our Clock in the Gallop extra service, which we are officially opening this evening.
Yeah, thank you, Nico, and I'm looking forward to a turnaround in form. I need to catch a bipod, otherwise I'm going to start playing PAs from next week on.
Yeah. Yeah, you're certainly well overdue for your bipods, and let's hope that tomorrow proves to be the turning point. Nino Podesta from Cape Town, we thank him for his time. Take it easy, Nino. Enjoy all the load shedding over the next few days, and we'll speak again soon.
Okay, thank you, Nico. All the best.